It is still just morning, all by about 40 seconds, according to my watch anyway. How do? It's Monday, once again. Boo, boo. Now first of all, I'm going to have to apologise to all you lot out there. I don't know what happened to the weekend, to be fair. I wish I could say that I was out on the lash having a good old party, but I wasn't. I ended up faffing with shit that I just wanted to faff with, and completely forgot about the drive-along video that I was going to put together, that I've done the intro for, which I think I've actually gone and deleted the intro. It's not a bother, I can still do it again. I will get there. I've just been faffing with other stuff. I've not been very reliable of late, have I? To say the least. Oh, you hear me rustling or something? I'm on the cake again. Yes. My waistline is sort of like taking off good time. I wish it wouldn't, but yeah, no, fuck it, who cares? You bastard. No. Sacrilege. I know that you lot can't wait to see me scoffing food all day. Anyway, yes. I had the intentions of doing it, but again, I don't know what sort of steered me away. I don't know. I know I was having issues with my computer anyway, which, believe it or not, have resolved themselves. I don't know whether it was me that did it or whether it was just a fucking freak, you know, occurrence. I don't know, I'm not sure. Because I'd bought two of these PCI, I think they call it an extension. The socket is there's a PCI XE, right? There's the two little white ones. I think them are just an extension, right? They're on the board themselves. And I think I mentioned this before anyway, that I thought that these slots, whichever size they were, you had to buy the corresponding hardware to fit in those slots. But it turns out you don't have to. Yay! But anyway, and I bought them new ones for my USB sockets because I'd run out. I had 4 in the small socket because that was the size of the plug on the end of the thing on the board. That's what I thought. Well, that's how big that is, so it's got to fit in there. Now we don't have to, which is great. But anyway, it didn't work. It just packed in. I may have mentioned it before, but it's now obviously working in a 16.2 slot. I've got it in there now, so it works perfectly fine, and all 7 USB 3s are perfectly fine, and I've now got a couple of hard drives plugged into them just to make sure it works. I've had to reorganise the USB slots on the back of my gadget. The ones at the front, which I've got 4 USB 3s at the front, which run off one of the smaller PCI extensions, that's never had a problem. That's all. The only thing that I have had issues with is the fucking card reader side of that hub, which really pissed me off, because that card reader thing was great. No, just stopped working. It doesn't read anything. It's fucking crap. But the USB side of it works perfectly fine. And I use that just for quick plugging stuff in, like my phones and stuff like that, just find out what's what and whatever. Anyway, I got that done somehow. I did put this USB driver disc in. It didn't have anything to do with the PCI side of things, and I don't think it had anything to do with the USB 3 side of things. But what I did find on this particular disc, which I didn't realise I had until I shoved it in and just messed about, with the drivers that are on there, it had USB to USB ART, or UART. So I'm like, what? So I got that up and running, but it still hasn't worked just yet. But I've got to put it onto the XP computer, and things are looking up on there as well now. So we're sort of, I'm here, there and everywhere with it at the minute, but we're getting there. I'll keep updating my progress on my other channel when I do little bits and bobs. And I'd also got myself this weekend on the car boot, I've managed to get myself an handful of phones again. A bit disappointed with two of the, well, matter of fact, I'm disappointed with three, I think it'd be, would it be three? Yeah, three of them would have been meh. You know, I mean, two I've actually had to bin them because they are just fucking scrap. Another one I've looked at thinking, well, that's going to be pointless as well, so that'll be a third one that I don't think is going to be any good. But the other ones I managed to get reasonably cheap, along with a watch, which I've, like I say, I've highlighted them on my other channel. But I got a Nokia E-series, it's an E71, and it came with a SD card in it, which, as always, the SD card tends to have all the stuff in there, so that's pretty cool. Bunch of pictures and shit like that, anyway. Because I'm a nosy arse, I really am. But to actually access the phone, that took some jiggery pokery, that did. And I have got the firmware, well, the PC suite for Nokia. I've got that. You know, if you go on to the control panel and you select devices and printers and shit like that, right? It gives you a list of all the things you've got, do it? Well, mine's like it's just rows upon rows of different stuff on there. It's quite amusing, actually, of all the phones that I've actually hooked up to the device. And sometimes it comes up saying the USB that you just plugged in, the Windows just can't recognise it, so it's failed, it won't work. Okay, unplug it, plug it in again, still does the same. And he did that a couple of times with the Nokia, which was weird, because it came up to start with on this new installed update of the PC suite for Nokia. Because now I've got two, I've got an older version and a newer version, right? So either way, and it flashed up Nokia E71. I thought, brilliant, that's awesome, that is. But then it flashed off and it wouldn't happen. So then I got my laptop out, bearing in mind my laptop that was given to me by my nephew, well, my nephew's girlfriend. That was originally a Windows 8 machine. I've just updated it to Windows 10. But I plugged it in, and sure enough, straight away, without even fucking querying it, boom! We are getting your Nokia E71 ready. I'm thinking, fuck me, this was quick. Yeah, this is great, this is. So I do that, and then it's ready, but fuck all. So what it needs is the actual Nokia suite pulling onto the laptop. And I couldn't be bothered, so I thought, fuck it. So now I plugged it back into my main computer. And now as soon as I plugged it into my main computer after coming off there, it recognised it straight away. I'm like, this is brilliant, this is. And then it was following up a bunch of updates on there as well, to a point. There was a firmware update for that device which failed, it wouldn't do it. It just says, nah, I haven't it, don't want to know. I'm like, well, that's not surprising, but all the other stuff that was in there, that was quite interesting. for instance, as always, with the PC suites, right, of any phone. Now I'm going to tell you this now, right? This because it's not a secret. It's what most people who have a phone, who have all that shit, should know this in the first place, right? If it has a PIN code on the phone, which most people who have an iPhone or whatever, they'll have a touch thingamajig, fingerprint, facial ring, they'll have all that crap. But these older phones, most people didn't really think to do that because it was like an afterthought. If it has got a PIN lock, well then the PC suite to that device is pretty much useless, right? Because it'll always ask you for a PIN code before you can do anything. But if there is no lock to the phone and it is open, then the PC suite to whichever phone or device you've got will access everything that phone has ever done. That's the fascinating point, right? That's the bit that I find interesting. I know it might seem creepy to people that they're thinking, well, you're really nosy twat, you are, aren't you? Well, no, not really. I'm just inquisitive. You don't learn if you don't fucking sort things out. You know, you have to investigate. You know what I mean? I've got this gnarly feeling in the back of my head, right, that me doing this, I am going to come across something I don't want to come across. I almost had that kind of shock with the phone that I was looking through. Yeah, I just had to have a good look at it properly, and I was like, phew, you know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, I'm preparing myself for it. I don't want to, please, now, you know, I don't want to, but I am preparing myself for it, and as soon as that happens, mate, they'll be fucking knocking on the fucking cop shop's door. Anyway, the bit that's really surprising is because of these phones being open and you having the full access to the phone, you can go through all the text messages that have been left on the phone. Some of them have a lot of the inbox full to a point. Some of them have the send text messages still in there, intact. And with this Nokia thing, it turns out that if the sent messages are there, it still records the received messages even though the inbox is empty. This is the thing you've got to be careful about when you've misplaced your old phone, or you sell it on to somebody, or whatever happens to this phone of yours back in 2009 or 10 or whatever. What you need to be grateful for is if it's somebody like me has got hold of it, you know you're going to be fine, right? There's never going to be a problem. I'm not going to be utilising your sort code and your bank details that you've left a picture of your cheque on there. I'm not going to be messing with that. I'm certainly not going to be worried about where you live, because you've got your full name and address on there and your driver's licence and your driver's number. I'm not going to take advantage of that either. But you should be aware of when you do things like that. If you are, wherever you are, you must remove them from your device and put them somewhere where you need them. Either, let's say for argument's sake, you've got a computer at home, you transfer all your crap off your phone and you put it onto your computer. I do that quite religiously. So with this one here, because I do my little vlogs with my 6S Plus, I'm recording at 720 at 30 frames so that I can upload it and it doesn't chew away too much of my data. Every couple of weeks I just drag the whole lot off, put it into a folder and date the folder so I know that at some point that'll be the, oh, I did that then, didn't I? So it'll be in that folder, you know what I mean? And then I can erase everything off the phone and then apart from obviously my music stays there, but I also got the old thumbprint lock thing as well, so there's always that. So if it does go ta-ta, you ain't getting in it, right? Not unless you got some proper serious brute force fucking data recovery thingamajig, I don't fucking know. But anyway, regardless, the amusing thing is reading some of these text messages from like 2011 or 2009, it just depends, or even 2012. I've had some as early as like, well, late as 2014, so about 4 years ago. Yeah, that's text messages though. Most of the photographs I have found and a couple of videos, again, they're just general shit really. I mean, nothing untoward, but it's all from say 2009 up to 2012 of yet. I have had a couple of photographs a little bit like 13s, but that's early 13, but that's as much as I've had so far. But I just find it amusing. It's just amusing, it's funny. Alright love, how you doing? I'm just trying my new phone because I've just put some credit on it. Some of the fucking crap fucking text messages that some people send is like, oh, I've got a banging headache this morning. Oh, I'll tell you what, that Christmas do was an absolute killer. 2011 that was celebrated, it was 2012 January. But you know, honestly, I wouldn't mind doing like a little segment on my channel, like, you know, reading old text messages from these old phones, but that could probably take the piss, or it might take a bit of work, because obviously with the information there, there's all these contacts that are still in the phones, there's all the phone numbers are in there, it's all there. The only thing that's lacking on the phone numbers is the actual address of the people that the phone number belongs to. I mean, if you know that your phones today, you can put all that shit in there, can't you? For all your contacts, you can have the addresses of them, you can have the email of them, you can have all sorts, work placement, everything. So I'm trying to get rid of me half an hour. Woke up this morning. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. I was awake most of the freaking night anyway. So I climbs out of bed. And I'm like, hey, I don't want to get to work today. They were saying that there's a possibility that we might be having a massive heat wave again. Even worse. I don't know how true that's going to be, but I'm fucking struggling with what we got at the moment. But if it gets any fucking hotter, it's going to be an absolute murder, that, isn't it? Absolute murder. Anyway, I'm going to go. Half an hour's already up now, so I will speak to you later. I will get that drive along done. I won't let you down, but you just have to bear with me. But other than that, you have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you a lot later. Ta-da.